Hey everyone, Dr. Frunkey here again. Time to talk about another knife. This is my zero tolerance ZT 0392BRNGLD or brown gold. This knife was a limited production model. They offered this for sale on their website. This was the first time that I had really seen or heard of the 0392 line. And they released one in plain titanium with blue hardware stonewash blade prior to this one. But they advertised this one a little bit more aggressively, I think, and I saw the video for it, I think, on YouTube, and then later found out about how they were selling it, and so I was able to get one. I was very lucky, I thought. And I definitely was. This knife has been in constant rotation, has been used and carried and basically revered ever since I got it. This is definitely a keeper in my collection here. So if you're able to find one, I would recommend picking one up. This is a collaboration with knife maker Rick Hinderer, who makes the Eclipse with a K. He makes that in very limited production as well, but he collaborated with ZT to let them borrow the handle. So ZT makes this titanium handle scale in the model of the Hinderer Eclipse, but Rick Hinderer and his factory actually create this custom anodized hardware for each of the 0392 models. Now there have been a few of them. The 0392, like I said, came in the stone-washed, plain, unanodized titanium with the blue hardware. It came, well, like this, brown with gold hardware. There was a black with green hardware. And there was the Wharncliffe version, which I actually just sent to Nick Shabazz to do one of his tests. If you haven't followed Mr. Shabazz as of yet, I highly recommend it. I think he does a great job talking about the knives that he has on his channel, and I value his opinion. So we'll see what he thinks about the Wharncliffe version. But I thought I'd put this out there as a part of that discussion to show a little bit more of this line. What were my first impressions when I got the knife? Just so happy. This knife is really beautiful. I wanted to film this in the daylight so you can really get a sense of the colors and the variations in this finish that they've done, this brown coating, PVD coating that they've done. It's very attractive. Secondarily, it felt very solid. Lockup is great. It sounds very positive. It flies out very smoothly. I have not taken this knife apart, to be totally honest. I tried and I made a little mark there on the screw, so that just means that this is my knife, and I'm happy to have done that. I tried, it didn't work. I don't have the Hinderer pivot tool, so maybe that was a foolish endeavor. In any case, feels great, very smooth, very strong, very good lockup, no lock stick. Everything is smooth as it could possibly be. This thing, after wearing it in for a while, is now ridiculously smooth. But it came smooth out of the box on its ball bearing pivot. So let's talk about the knife and its components here. So at the front, we've got a 3.5-inch blade done in CTS 204P. Beautiful, beautiful machine satin done on that. Very few, very minor imperfections in some of the grind lines. I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. I'm going to use my knife, so that's what's happening. I did have a friend of mine take my knife and apply a wicked edge to it, a mirror polish edge. Look at it catching the light here. Beautiful. Well done. 17 degrees per side. This thing is holding that edge, and it just cuts like a lightsaber. It's amazing. So thank you for that edge. It's got some more of the brown finish carried here on the flats and on the top of the blade. I'm not going to be able to get the light there, but the harpoon swedge is also satin finished. so that the brown actually is just on the spine, and it goes all the way to the tip. I'm not going to be able to capture that well, I don't think. Let's see, there it is. Nice. Goes all the way to the tip, and it offers a very unique patterning there, which is cool. The blade is perfect. 3.5 inches is the right size for me, and for a lot of people. I have a large hand, and 3.5 is kind of the sweet spot for me. Moving back, let's talk about the pivot a little bit. This is Rick Hinderer's pivot that goes on his knife, stainless steel tube with a custom anodized titanium screw holding it in. Very, very nice. Large pivot. The thing that Zero Tolerance does that's actually superior in a sense of a pivot is that they put in a ball bearing system, ball bearing washers, KVT ball bearings. Makes the opening very smooth, very positive. I've never held a regular Hinderer. I respect his work immensely, but I know that out there people have said they're not the greatest flippers. Maybe he's improved his action over time. From what I've seen, they look to work just fine, so I won't really venture to comment on that. What I will say is that this knife opens and closes incredibly smoothly because of the KVT ball bearing pivot. Some people might say better than a Hinderer. It's for you to decide. Moving back to the handle, it is a very handsomely finished brown here. I'm trying to get it in the sunlight again. Stone wash, so it doesn't show wear. I have carried this for a few months now. I've had this knife close to a year. When did it come out? I don't even remember, but I have really carried this thing pretty heavily, you know, multiple times a week, bashed it against things, and it just shows no wear. Now, I added a brass over travel disc. It came with a plain steel one, which I didn't think was that attractive, so to add to this gold hardware, I thought that the brass one available on the Rick Hinderer site was just a nice little addition there. Very nice, very, very nice. It is a two-part construction with custom titanium anodized back spacers, open pillar construction, easy to clean, easy to maintain without having to take it apart. Cleaning this knife is very easy, maintaining the knife is very easy, and I have really enjoyed it. So the clip is a standard Hinderer style clip. I like it. It does have a little bit of the knife that sticks up, and it can be a little pointy if you're having a little fat day, but in the pocket it's no problem, and the two screws provide a very good piece of traction to grab onto. It's actually on both sides of the knife, so that much sticking out, you know, you get an excellent grip and you're able to pull that thing out quickly and effectively and deploy it quickly. In everyday carry, it functions well. I mean, it's a knife. It's a well-made knife. It is a knife made for cutting, prying, heavy-duty use, but ZT has kind of adapted it more towards the everyday carry slicing tasks. They've made it the sort of the slicer grind that Hinderer offers with their own unique harpoon switch, but they grind it even thinner. And with this 17-degree edge per side, it really just goes through everything really smoothly. I think that it slices well. It's not going to cut through an apple as smoothly as a kitchen knife, but it will cut through just about everything you put in its path very, very well. The 204P steel is really exciting. That's, you know, an American equivalent to M390. I'm happy that they are exploring this steel option. They've offered a lot of their models in this steel, and they know how to heat treat it and use it well, and it takes that fine mirror polish. I was lucky to get a relatively low serial number, but this thing's not going anywhere to any of you guys, so I apologize. You know, I'm keeping this one. I like it too damn much. In conclusion, the 0392 BRNGLD or any of the 0392 line are excellent knives. I love carrying them. I think that this collaboration has borne a lot of fruit. I really like all the different available models. This one is still my favorite. Maybe it's because it's the one that I have. I just sold the Warncliffe version to a friend of mine in Greece, and I really hope he enjoys it. And Nick Shabazz might be doing a review on it in a couple of weeks if you're watching this in September 2016. So check that video out, and like and subscribe if you like what you saw, and come back and we'll talk about some more. Have a good one, guys. Bye.